everyone. Today we are going to learn how to create buyer persona. I'm Danita, your copywriting coach, and let's get started. Before we understand how to create buyer persona, let's understand what is buyer's persona and why do we need to create a buyer's persona. So, what is buyer's persona? Before writing copy, before writing for any product or service, we need to understand who we are writing this for, who are going to be the end readers, the consumers of the copy of the words we are writing for. And for understanding who we are writing for, we create buyer's persona. What is buyer's persona? It is the it is a map of who our ideal customers are. So, this buyer's persona helps us to get in our target audience heads. We understand who they are, how they think, what are their fears, motivations, desires, and how they this understanding helps us to write better copy. So don't you think if you knew how if you're selling maybe if you have to write a copy to sell iPhones, right? And if you knew how exactly the ideal customers who buy iPhone talk, don't you think you'll be able to sell them better? For the same exact reason, we create a buyer's persona. So now that we've quickly understood what is buyer's persona, let's move on to understand how do we write this buyer's persona. So how to write buyer's persona. So there are two ways to write buyer's persona. One is to identify the demographics, and the second way is to identify the physiographics. Now, let's not get into these details. I'll tell you a better way of writing buyer's persona. So, there are three levels to create a buyer's persona. With every level, we go a step deeper and deeper and deeper, and we finally get a clear picture of who our ideal prospects are, who our buyers are. So, the first level is defining the niche. What is the niche? Niche is the broadest category. It can be real estate, insurance, health, beauty, SaaS, food, coaching, fitness, anything, right? Whatever niche is a broad category. Whatever segment your customers are in or your clients serve, that broad segment is called niche. Now, this is the step one. Now we'll go deeper into the level two. Level two is define the sub niche. Now, suppose we took our niche as health. Now, in health, we have to create or define the sub niche. Now, what all possibilities can be? Let's look at it. So, in health, it can be ketogenic diets, prenatal yoga, digital mental health, nutrition for athletes, nutrition for pets, diet for patients with diabetes, and so on. So now you can see this, right? With the niche, it was a broad category. But in this broad category, there are many channels. So suppose my prospect is the health niche. He can be a fitness trainer, he can be a digital mental coach, he can help people with certain type of illnesses, he can help pets, he can help people with diabetes, he can help athletes. All these things are sub niche. So after defining the niche, we go a step deeper and work on understanding what's our client's sub niche. Now, after we've identified the sub niche, it's time to go one more level deeper and identify the micro niche, right? So, first was niche, second was sub niche, and the third is micro niche. Now, let's understand what is micro niche. Micro niche. So, for continuing the previous example of health, in the health, if our client is from the health sector, his or her micro niche could be ketogenic diet for John who has epilepsy, prenatal yoga for Neha who has a high risk pregnancy, digital mental health for Ramesh who has social anxiety, plant-based nutrition for Sanjana who's an athlete, nutrition for Rahul's pet dog who is obese, diet for Gopal who's a diabetic. Now, do you notice some pattern here? Until now, we were only defining the niches. We were only defining the broad categories. Now, from the broad level, we are coming on the singular level. And we've actually given random imaginary names. So, giving names always helps, okay? Whenever we give name to your persona, you can relate to the name very easily. So, in your micro niche, we added the name. So this was just in a sub niche, it was just ketogenic diet. But for whom? Ketogenic diet could be for multiple people. So this micro niche is specifically defining who this ketogenic diet is for. Digital mental health could be for a variety of reasons. It could be for people who are addicted, who are who have social anxiety, who have depression, who have ADHD. It could be for a variety of reasons. But in the micro niche, you define the exact person this is for. So let's take an example. Diet for Gopal, who's a diabetic. Now, my dietitian, my client who's a dietitian, can give diets for many people. She can suggest diets for people with obesity or people who are anorexic, people who are having high risk pregnancies, people who are having a thyroid. Multiple people, my dietitian, my client can give diets for. But in the micro niche, I decide only one category of person who this is for. This is called micro niche. Now, let's go and understand this with the help of example. So till now, we just did the groundwork to understand our buyer. Now, we'll work on creating their persona. How do we do this? So this is Gopal, all right? And let's understand, to create a buyer's persona, we need to understand what are Gopal's fears, results, expectations, and desires. So till now, we understood Gopal is a diabetic, right? So from here, in case you forgot, we understood Gopal is a diabetic. Now, we are on the way to create his persona. So what I mean by creating persona is we want to understand what are Gopal's fears, results, expectations, and desires. So let's understand what are Gopal's fears. So Gopal's fears are, if my diabetes increases, I will have to take insulin. Then my health will become worse. High diabetes will affect my kidneys, vision, or even heart. I'm already relying on medicines and there's no way out. I need to keep taking these forever. I don't have control over my life. I feel like medicines are controlling me. Now, you understood what are his fears. He has diabetes. He doesn't want to take insulin. He's worried about his health. He's worried how long he'll survive. He feels like medicines are controlling his life and he doesn't want to rely on medicines. He wants to be free. He wants to live his life to the fullest, right? These are his fears. Now, what results does Gopal want? I want to improve my health and lose weight so I can feel lighter and control my diabetes level. I want to have more energy so that I can play with my son every evening. I want to control my life. I don't want to be dependent on medicines anymore. These are Gopal's results. what results he wants, right? He wants to improve his health. He wants to get more energy. He wants to control his life. He doesn't want to be dependent on medicines anymore. Now, what are his expectations? I want a diet plan that has foods we usually eat and doesn't make me eat raw or boiled veggies. I want to eat real food. Okay, so Gopal loves ghar ka khana. I would really, it would really motivate me if I could see the results daily. It would be good if I could have a dietitian talk to me or screen my sugar levels more often, maybe every month. I want a plan where people talk to me and check on me. So I am on track and follow the diets. I hate poking myself every day just to track diabetes. So Gopal's expectations are he wants the real food, ghar ka khana, right? He doesn't want boiled veggies or raw food. He wants to see the results daily. He doesn't. He wants to talk to a dietitian and screen his blood sugar levels every month. But he doesn't want to get poked. He hates getting poked, and he wants someone to talk to him and basically someone who will be accountable so that someone who will ask him, did you, Gopal, did you follow your diet? Someone like that, so that he's on track and he's following the diet daily, right? These are his expectations. Now, what are Gopal's desires? I want to live a long and insulin free life. I want to feel more energy. I want a diet that allows my daily cultural foods. I want to control my life. I want to be able to take the right decisions to improve my health. I want to spend more time with my son. So, Gopal's desires are he wants to live long, he doesn't want to take insulin, he wants to get that knowledge so that he can take the right decisions for eating. He can take the right food decisions. He wants to control his life. He wants to spend more time with his son. These are his desires. Now, this is Gopal. Poor, sad Gopal. This is the problems, questions, roadblocks, and this is the results. What results he wants? Insulin-free life, more energy, healthy, active, and spends more time with his son. This is the results he wants. But the problem is he can't follow diets. He doesn't want. He doesn't want to eat boiled food and veggies. He wants to eat real food. He doesn't want to follow diets, and he wants people to track him and all and all and all. Right? So Gopal is sad because he wants this. He is not able to get the results he wants. How will he get the results? He'll get the results through the sales copy. Our sales copy, our sales page will take Gopal from this place to this place. And to take him from year to year is exactly why we need buyer's persona. So, buyer's persona helps you identify who you're writing for, exactly what that person is. The goal of copywriting is not to sell to just anyone and everyone. No. Copywriting is when you're actually, as copywriters, our responsibility is to sell to the person who really needs it. And to be able to sell to the person who really needs it, what we have to do is we have to understand who really needs it. And to understand who really needs it is why we create buyer's persona, right? And when you're creating buyer's persona, we are basically creating the wireframe of what this person is. So that once we know this person thinks like this person has this lifestyle, this person has this desires. When we know all of this, we are able to write for this person. We are not talking to everyone. We are just talking to a group of people who are very similar to this persona that we have created. So when our sales page or any of our messaging goes out of the world and people read it, people like our persona relate to it and they feel like, okay, this person understands us. Let me listen, right? So this is the end of today's video. If you want to know how to create buyer's persona, I have created a short template which will show you how to create and write your own buyer's persona. If you want that, you just have to comment below buyer's persona and I will send you that template. Until then, I have a free copywriting course. You can grab it if you want to learn more. And if you like this video, tell me what your thoughts are, comment below, and share it with a friend who it might help. Until next time, keep writing. Bye-bye.